Okay, how's everybody doing? Today, this is just gonna be a kind of tutorial hangout sort of thing. I'm just doing a stream before doing the game stream today. I just felt like showing you guys how to do something cool in Photoshop while we wait for 12 o'clock to roll around. And you guys can come in and hang out and, just make suggestions and whatever else. So let's get to it. I'm going to switch my screen over to Photoshop and you guys won't see my face anymore. So let's do that. How's it going, Lizzie? Okay. Um, so I was thinking about making or just showing you guys how to do some neat text, and I keep looking at the camera like I'm talking to you guys, but yeah, I am talking to you guys. You just can't see my face, so it doesn't matter. Um, okay. So to start out, let's type something. And you know what? Let's just do Phasmophobia. And with this particular typeface, I actually have different um like depending on what case of the letter you use, it'll do different drips. For example, if I use a lowercase a here, or actually a capital A, it'll change. Yeah, it'll just change how the drips kind of come off of it, give it a little different shape. So I like to do that if I have duplicate letters inside of a word. The face cam is not on this video just because I feel like it would get kind of in the way. Um, I want you guys to see all the Photoshop tools and stuff, and if I have my camera in the corner here, you're not going to see the whole picture. So, no, like the place where I usually get a lot of fonts from is called 1001 Fonts. I won't send you any fonts. You'll just have to be able to, find it yourself. But it doesn't really matter what font we're using. It's really just like the content of this stream. Like I've got tons of fonts here. It could be used with any of the fonts. I'm just using this one for an example. But yeah, so I'm just going to be using this font. Um, I don't remember what this one's called Double Feature, so you can go ahead and look that up yourself. Um, okay. So what you want to do with this what I like to do is I like to track down whatever I have duplicates of, like the P's I have duplicates of, but that's okay because this one I typed lowercase, so it's different. But these two O's are exactly the same. So I'm going to make one uppercase, and that'll change the drips. So at the end of this, we should have something that, and these H's are different too. There we go. So at the end, you should have unique letters for everything in the word. And I think we've done that now. So the next thing I like to do is I'll make it just kind of centered. Hey, big one, how's it going? I'm just doing a little bit of a pre-Phasmophobia stream. Just showing how I do different like art with words. So I'm just gonna center that a little bit better. Okay, now for the fun stuff. So what I like to do is, so the plan with this is to kind of make the letters look a little bit 3D. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna emboss it, or I'm gonna overlay it with color, just so the embossing shows up a little better. We'll make that about even. Let's see, let's just do 128. There we go. So that should be exactly gray. And then I like to bevel and emboss. And that'll give it this kind of 3D effect, but that's not what we're going for. You'll see why I'm using this in just a second. So now what I do is click OK. And I'm going to hide this and copy this merged. Okay. Now I'll create a folder here and I'll paste it inside of that folder. Paste special, paste in place, and that'll just make sure it's right in the same spot. So now what we have is, if we hide this other layer, you're going to see we've got this 3D text here. All right, so now what I'm going to do is paste this again in place. And let's see, I'm just going to, yeah, Control V probably, or Control C and then Control V. Nope, that doesn't work. Edit. I just have to do paste in place all the time. Shift Control V, okay. And then what I do is grab this move tool and I move it down one. And we have to make sure that's on the bottom. Okay, duplicate layer, okay. And then click on this layer and move it down one. And you're gonna do this like quite a few times actually to kind of drag it out. But you'll see what the effect is after in just a sec. Okay, and then I'll duplicate this again. We'll move layer 2 down. Duplicate again. Move it down. We're going to do this about 10 times. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's done a whole lot, but we don't want to keep having to do that over and over and over again. So what I like to do at this point is I'll copy this, what we've done, copy merged, and then I'll Control Shift V, and that'll just paste all of that merged. And what that'll do is make it so instead of having to copy and paste it like, 35 times, we're basically just going to move this like 10 times or something, at least until we see that line start appearing. Then I'll bring it back up. And it looks like we made a little bit of a mistake somewhere here. So I'm just going to click on these things. Here, let's see. I'm just trying to get rid of that extra line. Okay. So I'm going to actually delete this. It's a little bit tedious sometimes, but it's okay. It's a really cool effect that we're going to do. So, in fact, before I go on with this, I'm going to actually move these things over one as well. Okay, so now we have something that's looking a little more 3D than before. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this again. Hey, Lazsol. I decided to do a little bit of a text stream today. I haven't done a tutorial on how to do stuff in a while, and so I just figured I'd do something today. Okay, something's looking just a little off there. And I am not sure why. Oh, I think I moved something down too far. Okay. What we're looking for is like a nice 45 degree angle on this. Instead of using the shadow tool, we're using this. Okay, and that looks all right. So we'll try this again. Okay, and then we'll just use the arrow keys. There we go. And let's see, should we give it a little bit more thickness, you guys think? Hey, Doomy. Let's see. Yeah, welcome, Doomy. Sorry. The monitor that I have the text on is really small. So sometimes it's difficult to read all the different words. Okay. Let's duplicate this layer again. And if we want to add more thickness, all we have to do is move this other layer that we copied. Okay, so now we have something that looks like this, which is really cool. But this isn't exactly what we want. We want to use this 3D edge, but we don't want it to have the letters beveled like this. So what I'm going to do is just reveal this top layer here, and then we've got this really cool looking stuff. So all I'm going to do is copy this all merged one more time, paste it one more time outside of the group, paste in place. I'm going to move it underneath this text layer that we have. And then I'm going to just hide this folder because we don't need to see it anymore. But yeah, now we've got this. And what can we do with this, you might ask? Well, I'm going to go into my adjustments here. We're going to go into levels, and we're going to make it look a little more cartoony than that. So what we want to do is move the black up to here, move the mids down, and move the whites down as well. And we just kind of want to crunch those all together. But we do want to move them all together as well somewhere else, so we can kind of find a nice balance between this right here. So it's just kind of like, sometimes it's a little weird. But anyway, if we take the background now and we, I don't know, just make it a different color, like say blue, it'll show that we have like a different color here around here. And I'm not sure why the blue looks different. What color mode am I in? 16 bits? What? Oh, I see. Okay, we need to just do this real quick. You hold Alt on your keyboard and you'll get this little icon between the layers, and you just click that and it'll assign that to that layer there. Yeah, I'm gonna color this. Okay, now we're gonna get into some more fun stuff. Um, let's see, before I get really into it, I'm going to copy this one more time. I know I said that before, but we need to make sure this levels thing doesn't affect any of the other layers. So I'm going to paste in place one more time, and we can go ahead and hide these two things as well, because now we have this with the effect applied, and it's all nice and cool. Um, okay. Now we can reveal that again, we can reveal that again, and we don't have to worry about these other layers down here. All right, so now the fun stuff begins. This is where, hey, Randomly Reaper, welcome. So this is where the real fun stuff begins. Like this other stuff was just kind of setting up what we could do with our fonts. But now we're getting into some really cool stuff. So you can click on this letter here and turn on the effects. Let's see. I like to do an outline. And you used to have to just make an outer glow, at least from what I remember. You had to make outer glow and then make the size of it like really small, or make the spread really thick, and then yeah. Okay, there we go. So you used to have to do that to get outlines in Photoshop from what I remembered. Um, when I was doing it a while ago, and that looks pretty cool actually. But they've changed, as far as I know. At least I wasn't aware of this other method. All you got to do is click on this stroke and it'll add a line to it, and you can just choose how thick you want your line to be. So like that doesn't look too bad. I usually stick with around 3 pixels for the size I'm working with. Yeah, so let's say okay for that. And what colors should we make this font, guys? Oh, Doomy, you like my videos. I really appreciate that. That's way cool. Petition for Axel to make an Axel Glow font in Photoshop. Here, watch this. Ready? Ready? Petition answered. Hold on a sec. Let's see. Let's go to 2D space. Oh, hey, Fancy Smash, you're welcome to join me in Phasmophobia when I start streaming that. I've got another person who's gonna be in there too. They're named Fancy Wolf, or not Fancy Wolf. I'm so sorry. Miss Mystic Wolf will be joining us today in Phasmophobia, so that'll be cool. But you're welcome to join us, Fancy Smash. Just putting it out there. Okay, let me find this. You guys can't see the window, but I'm searching through my files to show you guys something. It's in my 2D art folder. There we go. Here we are. Oh, it should paste it soon. Oh dear, it's taking a minute. Oh, maybe it was that window that was keeping things from happening. There we go. Yep, see, look at that. Boom. And it's got like fan art and stuff behind it from you guys. So that's really cool. But okay, I'm going to delete this layer now because it's already, a full thing. So now we have this, which is really cool. And this is basically a template for more colors. So let's go back into our effects of this one. And we can make the stroke thicker if we want to. Let's see. You don't want to do it too thick, because at this point, Photoshop seems to be. I haven't found a fix for this yet. Maybe there is something, but when you get a larger stroke like this, it starts to make these like straight lines on the edge. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll just click OK and then I'll scroll in. But it kind of gives these like choppy lines. I mean, otherwise it would be so cool to be able to make your lines just, mad huge. Yeah, anyway, let's go back into stroke here, and I'm going to change that back to like, I don't know, let's say 7. 7 seems pretty tasteful. Maybe 5. There we go. And then I like to add this outline to the shadows that we made earlier for these 3D shapes. So let's go and click stroke. Oh my gosh, you guys aren't even seeing this dialog window. Oh. Well, this is like most of the fun here. Hold on a second. We gotta rectify it. We gotta fix this. So I'm gonna show another window here. Okay, window capture, add source. Oh, I just added another Photoshop source. Let me delete that. See, this is why I'm doing this stream. This is just a casual thing. Like, nothing is really rehearsed here. This is just raw. You're getting the full picture here of what Axel does to make these things. So let me add another source. Let's go with window capture. Add source. Add a new source, window capture 2, add source. And you guys are seeing the Streamlabs capturing stuff. There we go. That's what I want to show, is this layer style thing. How long am I doing YouTube for? Do you mean how long I'm streaming? I'm just going to be streaming for about I don't know, maybe 2 hours after this. Just doing some Phasmophobia and stuff. But if you're asking how long I've done YouTube like this, I've been doing it for about a year. I mean, it's not like I've been streaming every day for a year, but like I've had this channel for a year, if that's what you're asking. Okay, so now we have this dialog box, and I hope when I close it, we can open it again and you'll see it again. Yes, okay, cool. That's so bizarre. It's just in one spot on the screen for you guys, but I can move it around. Cool. Yeah, now you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So you can add strokes, and then this is your size up here. Let's see, I'm gonna move this down to here so it, never mind. I don't like it down there. I don't like working on it there. So I'm just gonna move it where I like to work on it, up here. Beautiful. Okay, let's do a color overlay. And the mode I have it set to right now is screen, which means it's going to cover anything that's dark, or the darker tones. It's going to cover in a color that you set here. For example, we can make whatever was black now red, or we can make it green, or just any of these colors that we want. And actually, I really liked how that pink looked. Ooh, you know what? I've got a good color scheme here. It'll match the lights in the background of my setup. Once I put the face cam back on, you guys will see it. So I'm gonna do blue there. And you can change different modes too. Like I can change it to multiply and it'll keep the black. but make whatever was white now blue. Oh, thanks, Doomy. I really appreciate that. Okay, now we can switch it to, if we want to have them both get altered, like the black and the white, I think we can change it to overlay. Nope. We can just switch it to normal and then change the opacity down. And that'll just kind of affect it all as well. So there's a bunch of different things you can do with these different blend modes, and they're all really, really cool. So I actually really like that. So we'll leave it on this blend mode for now. But let's change the color of the font now. So I'm gonna go into Phasmophobia right here, and I'm going to add a gradient overlay to the text. Let's see. I'm gonna change it to some other mode here. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll do color overlay though, and I'm going to change that to pink. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to this gradient overlay. Oh, and we're gonna change this from screen to something like just normal. And I'm not sure how to make it appear. Let's remove that, and let's remove this. I think if I were to add the color overlay, make it pink, and then add the gradient, it'll apply the gradient over top. Let's find out. Let's find out together. And no, it doesn't. So I'm gonna change this over to screen, or actually multiply, because I plan on making this a black to pink gradient. Which I guess we could have done the other way, but whatever. This is fun this way. um, okay, let's just hide that, and oh, well, that's bizarre. We should be seeing. Let's switch it back to normal. There we go. And I'm going to actually trade sides of these things here. Okay, that's looking cool. It's so weird that I can't change the order of these things. It's okay. We'll be fine. Hey, Ducky Duckly, you're actually not late. This isn't the Phasmophobia stream. This is just like text. So, and it was unannounced, so don't even worry about it. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. I'm going to change this background color now, and I'm gonna just make it like black or something. So let's do a color overlay, and I'm gonna change it to just that right there. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool too. Can I do UGC modeling? Yes, I can actually do UGC modeling. In fact, I work, unfortunately, there's some tweaks that don't make it, unfortunately, work with Roblox perfectly, and so they end up sending it back and having it tweaked, and so sometimes it can take a little bit of time to get it re-uploaded. But yeah. Can I upload a video on how to model hair in Blender? Oh my goodness. You know what? I honestly am not the person to ask to make hair. I don't actually make hair very often. Um, I usually tend to make more solid things, like physical hats and things like that. Like I've made space helmets, I've made like a mouth shape, and like even like different animal heads I've made, but like hair is not my strongest point. I think somebody who's really good at hair actually is like, um, oh, what's their Twitter username? I think it's like, let's find their name here. Okay, Elst. That person makes really nice hair. They're at ELLZD underscore on Twitter. They make really nice hairs from what I've seen. Um, but yeah, anyway, if you wanted to ask somebody how to make nice hair, I think they're a better person to ask than me. So, oh wow, somebody just made a a little drawing of me. That's so cool. Okay, here, let me find a way to share this. Add a new source. Let's see. Okay, it's not showing up for some reason. Okay, just a second. We've almost got this. There we go. That's it. That's the picture. This is by Awesome Alex 1234. So Awesome Alex, thank you very much for this drawing. I really appreciate it. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this or save this image in my folder here. I love seeing these, and I really appreciate that. There we go. All right, it's been saved. Now I'm just going to go ahead and not show my window anymore. There we go. All right, let's get back to this kind of tutorial. Hey, Doomy. Well, all right. I hope to see you again when you come back. Oh, Ducky's gonna draw me. That's awesome. Thank you, Ducky. Okay, so we got 30 minutes until the actual Phasmophobia live stream. Oh, let me just show you some more effects you can do with this. So let's change the color overlay on the text here, and we'll make it kind of glow as well. So let's click on this. I'm going to do outer glow. We're going to change the color from green to blue. Click OK. Let's make it a little, like that. Okay, that'll do. We'll change the size of it so it's a little bigger, and I'll change the spread so it is kind of more wispy. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous, I gotta say. I really like when things look like this. I might just remake this in Axel. Because I like this color combination. It actually matches the inside of my PC right now. And my keyboard is lit up to look like this. Okay, gradient overlay. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's change the color a little bit. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I mean, that is actually really cool. I like that a lot. um, I didn't expect it to look like this at this point, but that's really cool. And I'm also going to add an inner glow. Let's see what we can do with an inner glow here. Let's add a little bit of this blue color. Oops, we don't want an inner shadow, we want inner glow, and I want to change that to normal. Actually, let's change it back to, no, we'll keep it normal. Let's add blue. Okay. I'm going to change the size of it. We might actually want to change that to screen. Nice. Nice, Les Soul. Nice. All right, let's change that to screen. And let's make this lighter. Okay, I'm not actually seeing that change it a lot. It is doing something, I can kind of tell, but... Oh, we want to change the opacity up. There we go. Oh, that is so rad. That is so cool. Okay, I don't mean to just like, you know, get excited over my own stuff, but this is really exciting. This looks really cool. Um, this is actually kind of how I behave, you know, just doing this by myself. This is why this is fun. This is why I really enjoy this, is because you just get this kind of feeling when you're making something. I didn't know that I was going to go and make this going into it. But you know, like, it's really fun to experiment with different styles and just different effects and stuff. That's why this is just cool. This is just way cool. Let's go back in and change the effect on the back facing stuff. This looks like an 80s movie title or something. Like late 80s, early 90s kind of horror movie title. Okay. So let's play with the opacity on this color overlay option. Change it to multiply. That's not as cool. Change it to lighten. Yeah, lighten looks pretty cool. It's kind of got neon signs kind of vibes. Yeah, I really like that. That's way cool. Let me click OK and you guys see the whole thing. If Phasmophobia did an 80s event, I think this would be this would probably be the font they would use for their game. Just this title right here. So, yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna go take a minute. But I will be back when we go live in the Phasmophobia stream. I really appreciate you guys popping by and just hanging out before you know, making that stream. And yeah, I hope to see you all at the Phasmophobia stream. Thank you so much for tuning in.